Arthur, he does as he pleases. All of his life he masters toys, but deep in his heart he's just a boy. Living his life one day at a time, he's showing himself a pretty good time, laughing about the way they want him to be. And if you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. And if you get caught between the moon and New York City, the best that you can do, the best that you can do is fall in love. And who wants to go into the Rapture City? I know it's crazy, but it's true. And if you get caught up into the clouds with Jesus, the best that you can do, the best that you can do is fall in love. The rapture will come when it pleases. Yes, I do think it's on appointed times, but I'm just a man who really wants to know. Could the rapture come today or tomorrow? I know it's crazy, but it's true. And if you get caught up in the harpazo, well, that's when we will know. That's when we will know, like we are known. Hey, pick up the phone. It's the hotline. Ooh, classic Whiteheart is also very great. Yes, I do. I think it's coming. Rapture makes a lot of sense this year, don't it? Rapture makes a lot of sense on Pentecost, don't it? Rapture makes a lot of sense on Feast of Trumpets this year, don't it? Rapture makes a lot of sense this year. Why? There's got to be a gap in time between when the rapture comes and the clock starts, the 7 years of tribulation. Because many reasons why I think there's a gap. Number one, everything in the Bible has been gap. Except Lot, which, the end is referenced as Lot. And Lot, the second the angels pulled them out, which is pre-trib rapture, then fire rained down on Sodom and Gomorrah. So we have one example where it's immediate. But everything else has division, time, gaps. Come on, buddy, it's okay. Everything else. Anyway, so another reason for the gap is the clock of, where do we get the clock? From Daniel, from the 70 weeks of Daniel, and Jesus fulfilled 69 of them. Israel has gone through that. There's 1 week left. That's 7 years. And that clock doesn't start until the confirming of the covenant. And nobody actually even knows what the heck that means. There is a lot of speculation. Is it a peace deal with Israel? Some people say, well, there is no peace deal. It doesn't say peace. It's a deal with many. It doesn't even mention Israel. Well, obviously it's about Israel because it's concerning the people in the city. So Israel makes a deal with death and Hades. That's where we get that clear from Isaiah. They make a deal with Satan, the Antichrist, to protect them from the overwhelming scourge. So Ezekiel 38, 39, Isaiah 17, all these wars that still have to happen, the expansion of Israel's land, seems to me like that happens in the gap. between the rapture and the 7-year covenant. Now, why else is there a gap? Well, if we take it as we do, as I do, I never learned this from anybody. I felt the Lord confirm it in my heart when I read it, that Revelations 4:1 is the rapture when John goes up, sees the 24 elders. That's the church. So we're up there. Do the seals get opened right away? No, they don't. We have the Bema seat, the reward ceremony, the meet and greet, then the wedding, the meeting in the clouds is like the Hopa, where two become one. Rewards. Can't have the rewards till you get married. The rapture is the wedding consummation, where we get glorified bodies. So there's a lot of stuff that happens in Revelation 4 and 5 before Revelation 6 takes place, and that's where the seal is broken and the white horse rider comes out. And then, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, man. So there's a gap in time. We don't know how long that gap is. I'll be honest with you, a lot of times in heaven, what sees as a sequence, that could be one day on the earth, it could be 10 years. We don't know. Remember the rise of the 10 kings. Think of what the world will look like after the rapture. It's going to be chaos, man. So, a lot of people see dreams and visions of, like, as we go up, the bombs come down, aliens show up the second the restrainer is out of here. Still, even if that's true, there's still a massive gap of time for all that to be organized and explained, and then the mark of the beast to be instilled, and covenants to be made, and wars, and all that stuff's going to take place. So there's a gap in time. So why do I say, what's the deal? Well, 2024 sure looks like a good year for rapture, especially if there's a gap. Am I wrong, Walter? No, man, this has nothing to do with Vietnam, man. Well, it has everything to do with Vietnam. No, man, yeah, will you just take it easy, man? Calmer than you are. Yeah, waving the gun around? Calmer than you are. Just take it easy. So, 2024 looks pretty darn good, doesn't it? Now, let's say you go past Pentecost. Let's say you go past Feast of Trumpets. Let's just say. And do any of you expect from here till Feast of Trumpets in September that no more crazy stuff's going to happen? No more random wars, no more random diseases, no more, oh my gosh, this thing happened now. The election of the American government in November 24, no lockdowns, it's just going to be normal. You expect that? Logically, you could say no. Logically, what is logic? You observe, notate, and try to do a repeatable test. So, all right, let's look at the past 5 years. Observe, notate, does it repeat? Yes. Massive. You got diseases. You got giant wars. Russia moving into the Ukraine afterwards. Then you got now... and then, you got massive weird stuff going on with natural disasters, earthquakes. Anyway, do you think... But let's say it does. I mean, it would blow... If it does, you go from here to Feast and Trumpets, and it's like just UN people talking, little tiny adjustments by the one world government. Then the restrainer, That's why they can't get it done, because things like that can't happen until the church, Jesus Christ, the indwelling Holy Spirit, is lifted up off the earth. You're not going to see the formation of these things successfully. There'll always be resistance, and a spiritual resistance. Think about what the world will be like when the spiritual restrainer is off. Witches, demons, fallen angels, trolls of the human and hybrid kind, all coming out. So most likely, kind of like Lot, there, as we go up, bombs come down and it changes the landscape. And it becomes that post-apocalyptic world. It's the only way, and then, you know, that would be the only way to do it without having aliens show up. Simultaneous rapture plus nuke. Change everything. And you've got a lot of Christian born-again people who have had dreams and visions of it happening just that way. A lot. It's a number of people that can't be discounted. You have to consider it. I myself have had plenty of rapture dream, and it's always been by the skin of the teeth. Right when you think it's like monsters are coming. Oh my God, like a big dragon found me. Or I saw one time the big eye of Sauron was looking around and that spotted me. And right when it came after me, boom, rapture. So yeah, there's a lot. Most of them are like that. So all it really does then to wrap up videos in your life when you study is it gives you incredible hope in future. Hope of every day. Jesus is still here, so no matter craziness comes around. Psalms 91, 10,000, 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right side, but it will not come near your tent. How can the promises of God apply to the people who go into the tribulation? It doesn't. You can't claim those promises. The only people who can claim those kind of promises are the 144,000 Jews and the 2 witnesses, and that is only for half the time. And they're the only ones like weirdly spiritually like protected. The devil is allowed to overcome everyone in the tribulation period. He's given full reign. That's how God does it, man. He grows up harvest. Good and bad at the same time, whack. Gather them all in one place. So, shoot. We can actually just kind of have some fun now watching things and laugh at it. Oh, look at this one. They're trying to do this one now. Yeah, don't get me wrong. One of the reasons I moved from the state of Washington to Texas is because I'm a little more confident in my surroundings if shit did hit the fan. Excuse the lingo. Excuse the lingo. Still comes out quite a bit. Now I'm a guy who needs Jesus. Most of all. Well, that's it for today. Christmas every day. Don't forget that. Bye.